Why is it when you try to help her, you only make things worse? She comes home, tells you about her day, her troubles, her frustrations, and to be a good supportive husband, you try to offer her solutions. But then it backfires. Turns out it's not that she doesn't want your help, it's that she doesn't want that kind of help. I came across an old Chris Rock bit, and he says, women don't want you to fix their problems, they want you to listen. And to be honest, it was pretty accurate, pretty funny. And it just reminded me of the times when my wife would come home and complain about her coworkers or her job. And the way that I thought I could be helpful was to offer her solutions. I think most men typically feel like that's how you show love. That's how I'm going to support her, is to offer her solutions. So in this video, we're going to break down why your good intentions are backfiring and what you can do instead. But first, let's start with the Chris Rock video and we'll react to that.
That's right, relationships, easy to get into, hard to maintain. Why are they so hard to maintain? Because at some point you just stop talking. That's right, everybody stops talking after a while. You know how you just come home and just start nodding? Yeah, sure. Yeah, we cool, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get into something, yeah, we cool. Why do you stop talking? Because at some point you have heard everything this person has to say, and it makes you sick to your stomach. You know what they gonna say before it even comes out their mouth, and you just wanna stab them in the neck with a pencil. You can't take the shit no more. And they're like, you're like, remember that time? Yeah, remember that time. Oh, I ever tell you about that? Yeah, you told me about the time. Stop telling me the same shit over and over again. Why don't you go out and get kidnapped? Have some new shit happen to you. That's right. That's right. Fellas, you gotta talk. You gotta talk. Fellas, you got to talk. That's women's biggest complaint. You don't talk. You don't talk. You don't talk. You need to talk. Let's talk. You don't talk. That's right. Women love to talk. And that's right. If they had talking in the Olympics, a man wouldn't stand a chance. Women love to talk, but they won't talk to you. They won't talk to their man. But women don't want you to talk. Women just want you to listen. I said, all a woman really wants you to do is ask her the correct questions that will allow her to run her fucking mouth. You set her up, she'll knock them down. Fellas, you want your woman to be happy? All you got to say is, how was your day? How was your day? Honey, how was your day? You know why? Because how was your day is a 45-minute conversation to a woman. And as a man, you don't really got to talk. You got to just act like you're talking. Like, get out of here. Go on. I don't believe it. You don't say. Really? Get out of here. Go on. I don't believe it. You don't say. Get out of here. I told you that bitch crazy. You got to throw in, I told you that bitch crazy. You know why? Because every woman's got another woman at her job that she can't stand. And women, y'all exaggerate everything. Y'all always turn it into some dynasty shit like, she's trying to destroy me. What the fuck are you talking about? You wrap up bags at J.C. Penney's. What's she doing, ripping up your paper? Sorry, fellas, you gotta talk. Women, exact opposite. Y'all gotta learn when not to talk. That's right. You ever notice how no man comes home straight from work? No man comes home straight from work. A man get off work, he got to go somewhere. He got to drink something. He got to smoke something. He got to watch the game. He got to hang with his boys. He got to take a drive. He got to do something that will mentally prepare him for all the talking he gonna hear when he get home. Ladies, it ain't that you talk too much. You just talk too much soon as we get in the fucking door. Let a man get situated. We don't need to hear everything right away. As soon as you take one step in, you're gonna believe that. You're gonna believe, hey, let me get my other foot in the fucking door. Let me get something to eat. Let me get something to drink. Let me take a shit. Go in the fucking kitchen and give me my big piece of chicken. I'm out of here. Thank you, New York.
I thought that was pretty hilarious, pretty accurate. I felt like I did hear all the same stories from my wife all the time. Come home, same problems every day. This person did this person did that. but I wasn't doing it correctly. I wasn't saying, "Oh, tell me more." "Oh, that's crazy." "Oh, really? No way." I would always come up with solutions. "Oh, maybe you should quit your job. Maybe you should stand up to that lady. Maybe you should go tell management." It was always solution based. It was never just, yep, okay, yep. Because women want to feel through their emotions. They want to be able to feel connected. And when you're just giving solutions, like I used to do, just, "Oh, maybe you can just quit," it's kind of just bypassing that connection. It's just going straight to action. So I guess in my experience, it makes her feel she's dismissed, like her emotions don't matter. It's easier just to come up with a quick solution and let's move on. I think that was probably a lot of the reasons why I did it as well, was that the faster we can come up with a solution, the faster we can go about doing whatever else we're going to do. So if you come home every day telling me about the same situation, I've already heard this before, and I can give you a solution, then we can move on faster. We can get out of this and we can go back to, I mean, at the time, probably watching TV or getting back to my video games. But the point was that I heard these before. I wanted to be a good husband. I wanted to be supportive. I thought giving her solutions was beneficial. Like, I thought that's how I showed love. But it did turn out that because we're skipping the emotional part, women are emotional, men are logical. So we show love through logic. We want to be solution oriented. Women want to feel their emotions. They want to feel what they're thinking, what they're feeling. They want to feel connected. And by skipping over that, it just makes them feel like they're unheard. So I didn't learn this until, later after my divorce, when I started my self-development, when I started reading more books. And it really just kind of hit me that every time I would offer solutions, it would just backfire. That she was not very happy. She's just kind of like, "Okay, yeah, that's great." And then the conversation would just end, and then she'd be kind of upset for the rest of the night. And I would think that it was over, like we came up with a solution. So now I'm going to go play my video games. We're good, right? And I don't know the full long-term effects of all this. I mean, maybe she did harbor a lot of resentment, but we never actually got anywhere with it because she never actually did quit her job. She never, it was never, it didn't really lead anywhere. It just made her feel like I wasn't listening. I just wanted to get past this as soon as possible. So now that we know women want to be listened to and not have their problem solved, what's the solution? Because I know for me, if I have a friend that has a problem, the first thing that I want to do is get an understanding of the problem, come up with a solution, and then come up with a plan of action. It's very direct, very action oriented, and that's going to typically backfire with women. So what we were going to want to do instead is, I know most guys are uncomfortable with emotions. I think that's a lot of the time why we go into action-based thinking, very logical. But just do your best to listen, get an understanding of why she's feeling that way. Why does she think that her job is no good? Just ask questions, listen, but don't offer solutions. That's pretty much where the backfire is going to come from. A lot of the times, once she knows that you're listening, that you do care, that you have an understanding of what's going on, she'll ask you what your opinion is. And if she doesn't, then that's fine. That's for her to deal with. She can handle situations. Just make sure you're there if she does need you. And you could even say that, "I understand what's happening. Would you like my opinion?" Get her to acknowledge that you want to help, but without just forcing that upon her. I noticed, like I said, when I would come up with solutions, she would tell me that it felt like I was not listening to her. She did not feel heard. She wanted to feel through her emotions. So just by listening, asking her, "Do you want my opinion on this?" And just understanding, she'll a lot of times ask you what your thoughts are on the situation. I hope that was helpful for you guys. I hope that Chris Rock thing resonated with you. I thought it was very accurate. I remember a lot of the times my wife coming home and be like, "I've heard this already. I know all this stuff. Yes, let's get through this. I just want to solve your problem so I can go back to doing what I was doing." So it's something you learn as you go. I've been working on it with my relationships now. It's something that instinctually you just kind of want to solve problems. You want to be helpful. That is how men show that they love, that they care. So you just kind of got to monitor yourself, do the best you can. Let me know in the comments what your guys' experience is with this. Did you have arguments about you trying to solve her problems and then her saying you weren't listening? Did you find solutions that work better than just acknowledging and asking her if she wants your opinion? Would love to hear from you guys. All right, I'm going to wrap up the video here. Got some other stuff I want to get done before the day's over. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see my day-to-day, see how I'm working to improve myself. If you're looking for a group of like-minded guys who also want to improve, to become better, hold each other accountable, join that free school group. I appreciate you guys watching. Keep grinding. We'll see you in the next one.